Now, we ain't gonna waste no time getting into this. I'm gonna do a little something a little bit different today. But again, back with a drip that hits in the trim that fits so eloquently well. Styled and curated by me, yours truly, Mr. Royale Black. You know, the guy, the eloquent razor with a hell of a flavor. You know how that goes. However order you like it in, it's not gonna matter, because right now, this team, this fan base, the way it's looking, this matchup is not so favorable. But as a fan, I still will go in with my head high, hopes high, and probably will leave out disappointed. Been offered opportunities and tickets to go to games, and I'll just be like, I'd rather just be at home, you know, depressed. Just me and my liquor. You know what I'm saying? Me and my liquor. And Jack Del Rio fired a little bit too late. He should have been fired after that Bears game, because it would have really shifted momentum into that locker room. It would have really, you know, put more pressure on EB and these other guys and these other coaches. Like, hey, I kind of wish we made that move earlier. And again, we already know that was a Josh Harris pool move. So, hey, so week 13, not that it even really matters. You're 4-8. You're not fighting for any playoff position, because the schedule tells you you ain't gonna win nothing. You might win one game. You might, you know, win two, and that might be like, that might be a game of upset. And I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping, based upon the schedule after this game, we can win at least 2 more games. And I'm hoping, even in the games we don't pull off, that Sam Howell still looks the part. So, you know, everybody's talking, oh, we need to draft a quarterback. We need to draft a quarterback. Some people wants us to tank. That's why I said this video is going to be a little bit different. This week 13, we already know Tua Tagovailoa is going to be Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. We already know this defense is terrible. And we know that they've given up more yards to worser receiving corps. Like, I work with a Giants fan, and he was like, bro, how y'all making all these bum receivers on my team look good? Like, he's aware of how bad the receivers on his team are. So just imagine when you have a different caliber of receiver, you got a guy that's destined, and they're telling everybody he's going to be the first to get over 2,000 yards. And with the extra game this year, what how bad our defense is, hell, he can get 250 in this game and be further ahead in the race, because there's 2 other guys behind him who are close, probably off like 100 yards or so. I don't have the stats in front of me, but as far as the last time I checked. So it's not like, where do we go from here? Do we at least try to win? I say, yes, try to win. You play the game to win. I want to play the game to win. The fans, they just want to tank. I don't believe in tanking, man. Everybody is already saying like, oh, well, if we could stay at least top 4 or 5, we can get the guy Fashanu out of Penn State, or we can get Joe Alt from Notre Dame. That's cool. I wouldn't mind a tackle with that pick. Some of you guys are talking about a quarterback. I'm like, we got a guy here. We have a guy here. Like, he doesn't have the right coordinator. His coordinator has put him in bad position during the season. Because a lot of that stuff is off script that Sam Howell has done. A lot of Sam Howell highlights, it just come from him. But sometimes that's also his issue, trying to play too much hero ball, not making the right reads. But when you got an offensive coordinator who got routes that are going, they just long developing. Your line isn't that great. Why can we be like with other great offenses that we see do? They get the ball out quick. They get the ball out quick. They run. They use the bread and butter, the backbone of the offense, the strength. You know your offensive line isn't that great. You know you have a young quarterback who's still learning. The tight end, the running backs, the receiver on shorter routes, you know what I'm saying, can work in your favor. These long developing routes. And then your receivers can't even get open. It's just weird to me. And then you have some guys in the fan base talking about some Terry isn't getting clamped, Sam just isn't seeing. Like, bro, y'all need to really start watching all 22s. Y'all really need to start watching film. I don't know, it could be a plethora of a few things, because Terry, his toe could really be bothering him. He's denied it, and some reports say he's fine, but it just seems like he hasn't been the same this year. This isn't the Terry we know. We don't even see contest catch Terry this year. We don't see the Terry you could just throw the ball up to And he just makes it. Well, we did see one of those catches in a Giant game, but it just don't seem like it. It's just like, I guess in Scott Turner's offense and how it was emphasized, it was always emphasized to get the ball to Terry, because Alex Smith knew this and Taylor Heineke knew this. And I guess in the offense we play now with EB, it's just more of a spread offense where whoever there is, who's open, we're going to feed them, which I don't mind, but you still have to go to the point of emphasis of getting your receiver the ball. Receiver you pay $24 million years, he has to get the ball. He has to get the ball. And Terry has 0 100-yard receiving games in 12 games. Now, the NFL writers, y'all pulled out a hell of a script this year. Y'all pulled up, us as Commanders fans, y'all make us look crazy in every facet. Sam Howell's the number one, he's number one in passing yards. And he doesn't even have a receiver that might even get over 1,000 yards this season. His receiver, number one receiver, who's played with quarterbacks with way less talent than him, is nowhere near. Well, he could probably get over 1,000. I'll take that back. I think with a few 125 plus yard receiving games and some at least 80 games, he could probably push like crack barely over 1,000. It'll be 4 straight. It just has not looked good. You see guys in offenses like in Detroit with Ben Johnson, Amon St. Brown. I mean, that guy's getting the ball. He like, what's up? What's up, EB? And even on that, the rumblings that you hear reports, yeah, somebody gonna say for clicks and views. It has to have some truth to it, because with the thing with Scott Turner last year, when you heard that a player's wife had came out and said that, you know, he's not feeling Scott Turner, his play calling, and all this and that. I believe it's the same thing. They thought EB was going to do something different. It's just ridiculous. EB puts the quarterback in situations he shouldn't be in early in games, and the defense has done us no justice this year. You know, if the defense was just like, I guess, 10 to 15, like far as ranking, we'd probably be a 7-5 team right now. And Sam Howell wouldn't have thrown his 13 interceptions, because if EB was doing his job making the game easier for him, he'll probably have right now a ratio of 16 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. This throwing just non-stop, all you're just throwing, we don't run the ball enough. We don't run the ball enough. The run designs are shit. They make no sense. They're terrible. You have Brian Robinson. You have, I mean, okay, he's looked good in the receiving game. He's looked much better. Like, that's one thing EB said, like, yeah, he's looked good as a receiver. Okay, but yeah, like, why can't he do both? Why can't we have the rushing attack? Like, that'll make the offense even more explosive. That'll make the game easier for Sam, similar to when Javonte Williams was with Sam in North Carolina. Why put your players, put the team through all this? A lot of people were saying, oh, EB is just putting Sam through baptism by fire. Like, why would you want to do that? And you know, this is your shot and your chance to probably become the head coach, whether it's been here or anywhere else. Now you see why EB has failed in all these interviews. Now you're starting to see why. And a lot of us wanted to see him succeed. Yes, he's a brother. We wanted to see him succeed. We want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now we gotta, you know, as they say, eat crow and say, hey, LaShawn McCoy, hey, I'm sorry. You was right. You gotta swallow that truth pill. You gotta swallow your pride and say, hey, you was right. Because it's not looked good so far. It's looked actually bad. And we play like shit at home. Like, I actually think we always thought we would have a better chance on the road. The game with Dallas, the game was kind of close at a point. It was like 10 to 14. Then it just went from shit from there. And it just like nothing got better. It just got worse, worse, and worse, and worse. Like, if this is the remnants of the Snyder era that needs to go, I'm clean house with everything in here. I think we all can agree on that. Some of the players I wouldn't mind keeping, but we don't even see Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen going in there pouting and crying and all that. Jonathan Allen has not had that season he had a few years ago, 10.5 sacks. Deron Payne got paid that money nowhere near as good as he was last year. Nowhere near. We don't even want to talk about the corners. Kendall Fuller is off the hook because he's the only one who's looked good this year. It's just been all out of whack, all out of sync. But we'll see with this new interim defensive coordinators and these guys, these coaches on staff, I guess they're going to assist with Ron Rivera calling the plays, because we already know Ron's mind is wacky. So, hey, I don't know. Do you want to play to win, or do you want to play for positioning into the draft? Because some of you guys, you know, if we top 4, we're not going to get Drake May. We're not going, because we already know we're not getting Caleb Williams unless we just fall to just straight shit. Then the staff is just like, you know what? We'll take Williams. He come back home. It'll be a good feel-good story. He lands at home. But that means Sam Howell's out of here. I doubt they'll keep Sam Howell as a backup. I doubt that, especially with all these passing yards. I mean, some will argue, yeah, let's keep him as a backup. But, hey, it's going to be a team out there who probably don't have that position in their draft that might want to trade up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but that I'm talking a little bit too head, but and I'm just saying, like, the left tackle would look good along with a bunch of other pieces we can get. But hey, what if Marvin Harrison falls to, let's just say we pick him 4? Do we skip out on him? Because Terry ain't been looking that great this year. Jahan ain't been consistent at all. Jahan has had a few games and he ain't even catch no passes. But I ain't gonna wrap you up too much longer. As far as the score prediction, I just hope the game is close. I just hope the game is close. I hope we put up some type of fight. We show something. I hope Sam Howell actually plays a good game. I hope he's clean. He gets at least 2-3 touchdowns, no interceptions, no crazy passes, no hero ball, no sacks. I want to see Sam Howell go again without getting sacked, because we almost had that happen in that second Philly. What was it? The Philly game. He almost had the game where he didn't get sacked, and we already know one of EB guys, Andrew Riley, messed that up. But as long as the game is close, hopefully the Dolphins don't just go crazy on us, and the game could be at least a 27-22, you know, Dolphins winner, something that's close. Because they have the offensive power, and we don't have the offensive mind to keep pouring on the rain on them. But anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time, hail to the Washington Commanders.